Okay. Got your band. We're going to do our upper body with our band. Let's do a little like shoulder motion. Our theme today, I'm thinking about our collarbones and our like if you started right here and walk to the edge of your shoulders. You don't need glasses for this. To right here. Think about like this is widening. So should pull us down and back a little bit, which isn't totally the point. It's more of engaging here, kind of under the armpits a little bit, kind of the muscles that wrap front to back. We're stretching a little bit here and then wrapping a little bit like down here around our ribs. So wide collarbones, you might feel a little bit of engagement like right here. So thinking wide collarbones, we're going to talk about this on the mat as well as we're on the laying down. So let's just do a little roll down. We'll take our band. You can hold it comfortably, so it's not like too tight to kill it. Try to squeeze it apart, pull it apart too much. So do yourself a nice little stretch here, and all the way back down, and then pushing, open those, widen those collarbones here. So it's like on the reformer when we're doing chariot, the pulling straps are on our knees, pulling it back, up and over. There might be a stopping point there, and down to the front, just pulling, opening back. There's a lot of habits that for me show up when I start doing that. I start pinching my shoulders here. I'm just trying to open the collarbones rather than pinch the shoulders. And then pulse and out. Just open the collarbones instead of forcing everything back. Open the collarbones. All right, we're going to roll down next time. So just up and over here. And then add some forward flexion. So just nod the head as you pass the band and roll down as far as you would like to go. You can put your hands on your thighs or put your hands on the floor. Bend your knees and hands on the floor. And feel the stretch in the back of the calves or feel the stretch in the back of the thighs. And bend and straighten your legs. That's 3 times here. 3. And 2. And 1. Push the floor away with your feet. Pick up your band. Let the arms follow up and over. Reach and stretch. Open those collarbones. And then bring it back up overhead. Let's take a little lateral side stretch. Inhale up and over. And maybe pull that arm. You might feel a nice stretch under that top arm side. Let it come back. Inhale back through the middle. Inhale up and over. Very nice. And through the middle. Bring those feet back together. You're going to pull the band open. Again, thinking that collarbone idea. Bend the knees. Plie the legs. Open up the hands. And we'll continue. So we'll open and close here for 10. And 9. I think just moving that spine up and down. The hips are stable. The hips are level. They're like right behind that band almost, maybe a little lower. 4 more. 4. And 3. Widen the collarbones. 2. And 1. Open it out. Keep the legs nice and straight. Lift and lower the heels. Just test the balance for 10. 9. 8. Maybe widening the arms a little more. 6. And 5. And keep reaching through the fingertips. 4. Shoulder blades down the back. Collarbones broad. 2. 1. And back through the middle. Let's do that one more set. 4, 10. And 9. 8. Grow taller as the legs bend. So thinking length through the back of the neck, through the top of the head. Hopefully the talking and the counting gets you about 3 more here. really feel this in the back of the arms now. Stand up nice and tall, hold that open, lift and lower for 10. We can speed it up a little bit. 8. Lower with control. Gravity as our spring, right? Gravity will bring us down. Resist, grow taller. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. So drop that band straight down. We're gonna go for a little run here. Get a little bicep curl into this. So just holding onto your band, starting like this, go up on both toes, and then bend and straighten. Bend. And coming up through the middle. Stay here for about 30 seconds. We'll switch the pattern in the middle. Bending the opposite arm and leg right now. But if that's not what's working for you, don't worry about it. Just keep moving. I think this works just fine. We're going to stay here 10 more seconds. 8, 7, 6. I feel that bicep curling, almost like that pinky fingers are reaching for the collarbone. 5, 4, 3. That was a long 30 seconds too. 1, and relax. All right. Opening out. We're going to pull this band 2 ways in this series. We're in a wide second position. I'll demonstrate first and then we'll just move through it. So you'll pull second. Let's just open the legs a little bit there before we move on. So you're just pulling. It's almost like your elbows are gliding behind you. Thinking less about the arms, less about the fingers, more about the collarbones. Collarbones wide. All right, so when you get that, we're gonna pull to the front, turn to one side, up overhead, and then pull it behind you. We'll do 4 here. We'll go back to the front. Pull it down. Pull down. Through the middle. Bring it front. We'll do 4. And 3. Thinking about my collarbones widening, shoulder blades glide together, my hands move 2. 1. Hold it right here, turn to the side, overhead, bring it down and up. Everything goes down, everything goes up. For 2 more. And 1. Back through the middle, bring it forward. Last set. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Press and hold. Keep it nice and low as you swivel to one side, overhead. Bring it behind and up. For 4. And 3. Might have added 1 in there. And 2. And 1. Overhead. All right, we're going to do the other side. So let's go ahead and row these. We're going to make it a little bit different. We're going to row behind us. So make your band a little narrower, and we'll plie and row like this. So again, widen those collarbones. 2 more. And then we're going to plie and turn over our other shoulder. This. And then go up and down here for 4. And 3. And 2. Keep those wide collarbones. And back through the middle. And plie, pull it like a row. So I'm pulling a little bit out on this as I'm widening my collarbones as I move my elbows towards my rib cage. 3. And 2. And 1. I'm rotating to the side. Bring my hands right in front of me, bending it like I'm going to touch my forehead. It's a little bit of a tricep. I'm still widening my collarbones. 2 more. 1. And back through the middle. One more set. Plie 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Turn to the side. Wide collarbones. Straighten those arms. Bend and straighten. 4, 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And up and around. We're going to hold on to this band. Just going to drop it behind you. So we're going to do our tricep, but we're going to hold it behind us instead of under our foot. So you're going to go into parallel, sort of a parallel between a first and a second, just right under your shoulders. So we're going to squat and lift. So I've got my band held back here because I'm thinking about that wide collarbone. 10 and 9 and 8. I like the single arm work. And 7, 6. The wrist nice and straight. You're holding. What are we holding? Toothbrush. 2, 1. Stretch it up. Go ahead. Straighten both arms and switch sides. There we go. Bend and straighten. Bend. We'll count down here. 4, 10, and 9, and 8. It's a little plie, not a big deep plie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and over. All right, take it into saw where we hit down to the mat. Stand, twist those ribs over the hips, nod the chin, saw down, reach opposite arm for opposite foot. Inhale at the knee. Exhale, restack the spine. So the spine should articulate one vertebra at a time, like rolling down one at a time. Reach for the opposite. Reach your right arm for your left foot, or vice versa. Inhale at the knee. Exhale, articulate through the middle. Pull that band apart. Inhale, twist. Exhale, saw. Inhale at the knee. Takes a lot of core strength, really, to pull this off. Turn and stretch. And nod and curl. Inhale at the bottom. One more time. One more set. Pull this apart, like fingertips are reaching for opposite walls. And exhale, saw. Reach up behind you. Drop the head. Inhale. Exhale through the middle. One more time. Inhale, twist. Exhale, saw. And that should have a nice little hamstring stretch in there. One, we're going to drop the band. One final twist. I'm going to turn around to demonstrate this because I think it's a little easier to follow. So you're going to start here. And as you turn, you'll just reach for the opposite foot. So you'll bend the knee. You're going to be facing away from me at this point. And reach for your toes. And then as you stand up, arms come back around and up, and then the other side. So we turn, and then we start to bend the back leg for you. Reaching for the toes. You put the palms facing each other. Collarbones are still wide. And then bring those hands up and turn back around. Now if you want to try a little balance, you can lift up on your heels a little bit. So turn and then bend, and then you put your heels down and reach. So you get a nice twist here. Palms facing each other, collarbones are wide. Hands go back up and over, other side. Maybe up on your toes. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze and twist, and then bend. So hopefully there's a nice stretch in there. Across the back. And we're going to come sitting down. Actually, kneeling for just a second for a little thigh stretch because I like the band for this. So hold on to your band kind of tight. So again, same idea, collarbones collarbone showing up. Press the hips forward, zip the low belly, squeeze those glutes so you're really pressed into yourself. Sit up nice and tall. Press the top of your feet into the mat. Drop the ribs over the hips. Pull it apart just a little bit and then hinge. Hinge back as far as you're comfortable. And press, zip the belly and return to straight. So we're starting out nice and straight. Our hamstrings are super engaged. Inhale, hinge, pull apart. And return. One more. Pull it apart a little more. Really pressing in through the feet, shins. Inhale, hinge. And pull it apart. All right, one more on your knees. Put the band in front of you. Arms behind you. I want it to be a little stretchy. A little bit of movement. Nice and tall. Again, still zipping the belly, squeezing the glutes, pressing the feet into the mat. Drop the ribs over the hips. Push the arms back. Look to the left. And look to the right. And look to the center. And relax. Roll the shoulders down the back. We'll do this 3 more times, alternating the head direction. So reach down through the fingertips, broaden the collarbones. Look to the right. Look to the left. Look to the middle. And return. 2 more times. And push into the strap. Look to the left. Look to the right. Look to the middle. And return. Last one. Shoulder blades down the back. Broaden the collarbones. Reach down to go back. Look to the right. Look to the left. Look to the center. And relax. That is way more intense than we would give it credit for on the surface. You're going to come to seated here. Flip the camera just a little bit. There we go. All right, we're going to go into saw and spine stretch. Actually, spine stretch first and then saw. You can use this. You can use your band, or if you like your ring here, you can use the ring in front of you. Ring is good for broadening the collarbones too. And if you wanted to do this later, and of course I'm recording these now, is you can do this with a band and feel a little different sensation. So we put a little gentle bend in the knees. It feels good here. And then inhale as you press down, decompress the spine. If the hip flexors are super turned on, you can also bend your knees and put your sides of your feet down. Inhale, grow taller. Broadening the collarbones. So just think if those collarbones get broader, what happens to the hands? They gently press into the ring. Yeah, nice. One more like that. Inhale, grow taller. And now we're going to do a little spine stretch, pressing down and moving it just forward a tiny bit. Inhale, and then nod and peel, like you're peeling off behind you, reaching forward, reaching into that ring. Zip the belly, reach and stretch from the low back, maybe not as much the upper back. Press into that ring, broaden the collarbones, and return. I'll do this to the side. Keep us honest. See how this is turning out. So sitting up nice and tall, so stacks. There's a difference between like sitting up here or sitting back here, kind of finding that nice middle up on your sits bones column. Inhale as you press down, nod the chin, and then reach. Peel the spine off the wall. Low belly. Stretching that low back. And return. Last one. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulder blades down, collarbones broad, nod, and reach. And return. All right, coming back through the middle for our saw and our Spines twist. We're going to do this with our hands up here today. So when we put our hands behind us, again, think broad collarbones. You can clasp your fingers if you like, and then the thumbs can go kind of right to the base of the skull here. Just nice and gentle. Just monitor whether this wants to tip you forward. So in the reverse, actually think about maybe the chin and the nose is pressing back into your hands. So there, nice and tall. We're just going to sniff and twist. Sniff, 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 and return other side. Sniff, 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 and return. 2 more sets. Snip, 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 and twist through the middle. It's a little different sensation when we take the momentum of the arms out. Snip, 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 and back through the middle. Last set. Snip, snip, snip. Last one. Snip. Grow taller. Snip. And now we're going to saw with our hands where they are. So you're going to nod and curl and reach down. And then return the spine back up through the middle. Make sure I don't. There we go. Inhale, twist. Exhale, saw. And back up through the middle. Inhale, twist. Exhale, saw. And through the middle. Inhale, twist. Exhale, saw. Now we're reaching that opposite elbow to the knee. Last one, sit up nice and tall so that the flexion is really noticeable. Inhale, twist. Exhale, saw. Really curling down. Oh, I curled so far down I left my earbud on the floor. And one more. Inhale, twist. Exhale, saw. I guess that's a good curl. And through the middle. There we go. Last stretch here, lateral stretches. We can do this with our hands because this feels a little awkward. So sitting up nice and tall, like you're pressing, again, collarbones wide, so pressing down. Inhale over and exhale. So reach and stretch. It should feel nice after all that. Inhale back up through the middle. And then repeat. Inhale, other side. Exhale over. Nice stretch. And the farther that this arm comes to the head, more parallel to the floor, the more stretch we'll get here. Inhale over, nice and long. Beautiful. And again, the shoulder blade can move and those collarbones can still be a little broad. So you can still be reaching through here as this arm goes up and over. And then we'll take a break there. Let's come down to our back 400s. Let's flip this way. So I'll give you some 100 choices. You can wrap them on your feet, wrap your band on your feet. Do it without the band. All is good. With the band here, you can also straighten your legs out. All right, so feel nice and secure to the mat. So find again that broad collarbone feeling on the mat. Notice the difference between the engagement and the back. So the arms and then the armpit area. So it's almost like pressing the armpits to the mat. Inhale as you exhale, nod and curl, looking up. You can imprint the spine here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And anytime you can start to drift your legs forward. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, halfway done. 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Exhale, reach longer. 20 more. Exhale. Last set. Exhale. And bend the knees. Give yourself a hug. Bring that band. I'd fold it in half. Our single leg stretch. Just gonna open those arms nice and broad. If you like, you can also challenge this. You can put this under your legs here. So we're broadening the collarbones, reaching up, and you're gonna press and switch. So inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, reaching nice and long. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 2 more sets. Inhale, inhale, open, broad. Exhale, last set. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Bend those knees. Give yourself a hug. Look from left to right, just side to side here. Put it back in. There we go. All right, double leg stretch. I'm going to flip the band over. So here, we'll use the band, pull ourselves up. We're nice and imprinted here. We're completely glued down to the mat. Our collarbones are broad. And inhale as everything goes out. And exhale as we bring it in. Inhale out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale out. Exhale, bring it in. 2 more. Inhale out. Exhale, bring it in. Girl higher. Inhale out. Exhale, bring it in. I lied. 1 more. Inhale out. Exhale, bring it in. And give yourself a hug. I'm going to drop the band here for the lower lift. So hands to the mat, broad collarbones, feet to the ceiling. Gentle bend in the knee is perfectly fine. You can reach through the heels here. You can also reach through the toes. So to notice the difference in the sensation. Inhale fully. As you exhale, just lift, reach up. Keep those collarbones broad. For 4. For 3. For 2. Keep those collarbones nice and relaxed and broad. And 1. You're going to lower it to the ground and keep this nice connection of the whole spine on the mat, including the armpits, including the back of the shoulders. Inhale down. Exhale back up. Really knit those ribs together here. Inhale down. Exhale, return. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale, return. Last one. Inhale down. Exhale, return. Gonna scissor those legs, dropping one leg to the floor, reaching up to the other one, pulling it once and pulling it closer. Using your belly. Pull it once, pull it closer, and switch. Once, pull it closer, and switch. Closer, switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. You can reach up even higher. And switch. And switch. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And bring it together. Give yourself another hug. Almost done here. I'm going to come into crisscross. Bringing those knees together. Find a neutral spine here if this was comfortable. If ever it's giving your low back, strain, then definitely imprint it. Bring the knees a little closer. If you can work this neutral, feel those knees right over your hips. Just plug in those bones right into the hip socket. Hands behind your head. Similar to when we were sitting on the mat, so they're nice and broad. Collarbones are broad. We're not crossing the elbow across our body. All right, inhale. As you exhale, cross and reach, reaching that armpit for that knee. And inhale back to the center. Cross and reach. And back to the center. And cross and reach. And through the center. And cross and reach. And through the center. And cross and reach. And through the center. Cross and reach. And through the center. One more each side. We'll take out the centers for 8. All right, here we go. For 8 and 7. Take out the center. Broad collarbones. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And give yourself a hug. Ooh, really fires up that those transverse. Reach and stretch here. Broaden the collarbones. Same idea. If you'd like to use your band here, rolling up and over. We'll do a little bit of bridging. Inhale, up overhead. Exhale, float those arms down, broaden the collarbone, and peel the spine up. Oof, keep those feet down, feet down, feet down. That's a cue for myself as well as you. Pull that band apart again. Dig the heels, press the heels rather, into the mat, into the floor, and then tuck the tailbone and put the spine back down on the mat. Up and overhead. All right, bend the knees right here. Go ahead, keep those arms overhead, nice and broad. Inhale fully. We're going to do some little bit of bridging. Exhale, imprint the spine, lift the hips, peel the spine up one vertebra at a time. Here at the top, I want you to bring, same idea, bring that band down to the hips for 3. And 2. Just squeeze those glutes. And 1. And as the band goes overhead, broaden the shoulders here, broaden the collarbones, roll the spine back down on the mat, one vertebra at a time. Inhale fully, leave the arms overhead. Exhale, imprint the spine, and then peel it off the mat, one vertebra at a time. And you're going to bring that band right there. Now just pulsing it up here for 5 and 4 and 3. Squeeze the glutes to lift the hips. 2, 1. Hands overhead and roll down. We're going to go into a hinge here instead of an articulation. So keeping tailbone heavy, maybe a little space in the low back, collarbones are broad. Inhale as you press into your feet and squeeze the glutes. Hinge the spine up. Go ahead and lower, lift those arms for 3. You're in this nice long hinge. 2 and 1. This time you're going to leave it there, and then you're going to reach away from that band and press it back up. So you're reaching away from the band and pressing back up. Pulling that band apart, reaching away, putting the tailbone down, and tap it back up. Last one. Reach away and tap it back up. Arms go back overhead. And now articulate down. Just roll it all the way down. Give a little stretch and go back there. All right, hug your knees. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a hamstring stretch. You can use your band or you can use your circle. Whatever feels good today. Put your foot in the band or the circle, and you can bend this other leg or you can leave it straight. If you're leaving it straight, just notice if it's active or if it kind of flops open. So you can make it active, like an extension, like directly underneath your hip. All right, point and flex the foot here for 3 and 2 and 1. Give yourself a little pull. Maybe pulling as much from the heel or the mid part of the foot as the toe of the foot. We're going to get the stretch all the way down the back of the leg. And then open out to the side. Stretch the inner thighs. Reach through the opposite arm. Nice broad collarbones. Breathe as you inhale it across the body. Switch sides. Now notice there's a couple different stretches that happen here. Notice which one feels good for you. If you lower the leg a little bit, you might get kind of in the hip here. It might, if it's a little higher, it might be in your outer hamstring. If it's somewhere in the middle, you might start to feel this IT band right down the side. Lots of different things. Breathe into that. Breathe it right back to the top and remove the strap. And switch sides, other foot. Start just point and flex this foot. Warm up the back of the leg here. Make sure the other foot is engaged, standing. 2 and 1. And give yourself a little hamstring stretch. You can even micro bend the knee here. You can even pull the knee closer. Start to straighten the leg if that feels like an extra stretch. Hold your band in one hand and open to the side. Again, broad collarbones, back to the collarbones on our backs. No, even on our backs, our posture can be iffy sometimes. All right, use your breath. Inhale up and over. Find the multi-stretch, the multi-part stretch here of the hip, the IT band, the outer hamstring. Just breathe into it. The next thing we're going to do after this band, we're going to roll over on our front. Inhale back up through the middle. Take a last stretch here. Remove that band and float that leg all the way down. All right, over here. Nice and long. Gonna go into it, just a little bit of swan. So really pressing the hips, press the pubic bone into the mat. And almost like your nose is to the mat, and then your nose is going to roll a little marble, like you're rolling the marble on the floor in front of you. Inhale and exhale. Roll the marble. And maybe the hands come up a little higher, broad collarbones. More kind of like a cobra, traditional cobra here. And dive down. But reach and stretch. And then roll that marble. Keeping those arms nice and long. Get more into a swan. Zip the belly, squeeze those glutes. Should be a lot of the same feeling we had in that Z-sit, that thigh stretch at the beginning. Inhale one more time, and then exhale. Roll the marble. Roll the marble. And swan up. Press feet into the mat. And nice and long. We're going to go straight into some swimming. Again, broaden those collarbones. Reach nice and long. And alternate arm and leg. So paddling. We're going to alternate reaching. Actually, right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. I was not doing that right. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. Felt strange. We're alternate and alternate. We're going to pick it up and up. These can be kind of big. Let's make it a little big today. Broaden those collarbones. We'll stay here for 20 seconds. Squeeze the glutes. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Broad collarbones. Inhale and exhale. Almost done. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Put your hands under your shoulders. Sit back to your heels here. This nice chest stretch, armpits here. Put one hand over the other. And walk to the other side. Far arm on top of the other hand. Come back into quadruped for just a minute. For a little bit of glute on the quadruped. So noticing where, again, broad collarbones might mean that we feel like sinking our spine here. So make the collarbones broad, but then engage the back so the back is nice and long. And lift that leg and pulse up to the ceiling. Zip the belly and squeeze the glute for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Broad collarbones and 1. And float it down, other side. So engage the whole core before that leg moves. There's a lot of stability in this leg, in this core of the leg. Pulse it up. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4. Keep that hip shining towards the ground. 2, 1, and bring it back down. All right, we're going to add a little balance challenge here. So bring that leg to bent position first, and then straighten it so you feel it nice and long. And then bring the opposite hand, so for me it's the left right now, push it away, and you're going to pulse it up for 8 and 7. Broad collarbone. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower it down. Repeat. First, zip the belly, engage the core, lift that leg up, and then straighten the leg all the way out. Press the floor away. Keep that hip bone shining towards the mat. Reach the opposite arm. Pulse it long for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. Lots of core here with the glute. 3, 2, 1, and bring it all back down. And take a child's pose here. We're going to go ahead and come to our side. A little bit of side glute. Nice and long. We'll do too long and too short. So too long and too bent leg rather. So we'll start nice and long. Probably pressing up here, press up out of it again. Thinking those collarbones, because the collarbone would be forward if our shoulder is down. So collarbone is broad. We're reaching up that leg, little pulses up. We're doing a little lateral now. Same glutes we were using in quadruped, but now we're going to the side for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2, 1. Bend and straighten here for 8 and 7 and 6. Another option would be to put your hand here. Find that opening in that collarbone. 4, 3. Yeah, looks good. 2, 1. Bend this knee right here. Little circles for 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got to reverse them. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Kick it straight forward. Another straight leg. Kick to the back and forward. And kick to the back and forward. And kick to the back and forward. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And bend that leg. Come down. Reach, stretch, take a twist here. So knees are still facing forward. Get a little hip stretch, a little twist. Palms can be up here. That definitely opens up the collarbones when our palms are forward. And then carefully roll the back of your pelvis onto the mat. So your knees will follow, but you're thinking about your core. You're zipping the belly, putting the back of the pelvis on the mat. Cross that leg over. A little stretch of the hip. So press that ankle into the knee. And bring that leg up for a little glute stretch here. You can put your hands behind the thigh bone. And we're going to go to the other side as we finish up here. All right, rock and roll yourself over. And nice and long. So reaching, legs are slightly in front of you on the mat, like a little bit of a banana. We're reaching up out of the mat, collarbones are broad. And we start moving our leg while I talk for a minute, and then I'll count down from 8. There we go. So now we can start about now. There we go. 4, 8, and 7, and 6. Kind of leading with the heel here. And 4. Squeeze. 3, and 2, and 1. Straighten that leg, bend and straighten like you're marching right here. And 6. Press up into that shoulder. Press up out of the elbow. 4. And 3. Squeeze the glute as the leg straightens. And 2. And 1. Bend that knee, little circles for 8, 7, 6, 5. Zip the belly. Let these hips be real stable as this leg moves, and reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those awkward circles here. Stretch it forward. Push it back. And you're going to keep it straight. Stretch it forward. And squeeze it back. So this is a lot of glute squeeze. Stretch it forward. Hamstring stretch. And then alternate to the glute. Hamstring stretch. And to the glute. Zip the belly. And stretch. And squeeze the glute. 4 more for 4. And 3. Keep those collarbones broad. And 2. And last one. And relax. All right, bend those knees. Come down for the twist. Open those shoulders. Open those palms. Knees together, if you can find that twist. And when you're ready, slowly just roll the back of the pelvis to the mat. Use the core. The knees will follow. You might feel your heels rolling over the mat as they come down. And then cross that leg over. And really press that ankle, well, above the ankle, not the actual ankle joint, but the shin, the side of the shin, press it into the thigh above the knee. Really feel that active stretch. And when it feels good, bring this leg into 90 degrees and hold your hands behind the thigh. So to say, I didn't cough the whole time. That wasn't really a cough. That was just a clearing. All right, we're going to finish with a little reverse plank because our collarbones and our shoulders are nice and open and our backs are stretched. So we're going to just nod the chin right here. I want you to press your hands into the mat and kind of roll yourself up. That is not a Pilates move. Might be more of like modern dance or something. I don't know. I can make it Pilates. All right, so just relax your feet. Open those collarbones, nice and wide. Maybe not hands too far back. Just honor your own body because the farther back they are, the more intense the stretch is in the chest. So my shoulders are tight, so I can't go too far. Inhale and then zip and lift just a little. Yeah. Beautiful. Yep. That's it. Yep. That looks perfect. Yeah. Maybe lift the chin just a tiny bit. Eyes to the ceiling. Inhale and then float it all back down in one piece. We're going to repeat that one more time. So shoulder blades down the back. Collarbones are broad. Inhale. Exhale. Zip the belly and lift. Feel nice and connected. Inhale to the top and exhale back down. All right, take one little twist. So cross the legs and reach for the opposite knee. Oh, it's like a little rotation. Look over your shoulder as far as you can see. I'm not trying to see the plant behind me I'm going over my right shoulder, but it's right behind my left shoulder. And then switch. You can switch knees, reach. Thinking about the eyes, aiding the twist. And back through the middle. All right. Thank you so much for being here today. As always, you're the best. I'll see you tomorrow, I think. Okay. All right. Take care. Bye.